Welcome back to the program where we tell you what's happening now across the Nigerian Federation. The war against narcotics, for instance. Now, between January and June 2016, a total of 147 persons were arrested with approximately 540 kilograms of cannabis in their possession in Oyo State. While the NDLEA command in Adamawa State say they seized over 7,000 kilograms of all sorts of illicit drugs and arrested a total of 186 suspects. Now, they say that this trend, not the arrests, but the crime, among young people in the other parts of the country is a very unhealthy trend. Now, this report takes a look at the situation against the backdrop of this year's World Drugs Day.
Across the country, discoveries like this have been a common occurrence for officials of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, also known as NDLEA. Kilograms upon kilograms of cannabis, with popular names like marijuana and Indian hemp, are recovered from dealers who attempt to conceal and sell their products in the most inconspicuous manners and places. This usually ends up in violent confrontations. There is also the worrisome addition of other hard drugs such as cocaine and heroin, which has now become more popular and accessible to the younger generation. Also noticeable is an increase in the abuse of softer drugs which can be purchased from pharmacies. Making the list are other herbs and chemicals such as ethanol and petrol. The task may appear daunting, but the NDLEA insists it is not relenting in its drive to rid the society of illicit drugs and dealers. And in Oyo State, southwest Nigeria, the agency is making its presence felt through this seminar to alert citizens on the need to desist from the act.
Children are already abusing drugs by age 12 or 13. Similarly, some data suggested that the pattern of substance abuse becomes worse in high schools. Individuals who began using alcohol or tobacco when they are very young are more likely to abuse them later in life when it becomes much difficult to quit.
Up in the northeast, the Adamawa command of the NDLEA is also creating awareness on the many ways drugs can be concealed.
Somebody will teach you things that is bread. The importance of this one is that when you conceal Indian hemp like this, it suppresses the odor. Yeah. So even if the car comes, you cannot perceive the odor immediately because of the way they wrap it like this. But if you are already a security officer, you have already known that there's something more than this. It's not bread, and they did it like this to suppress it. At the same time, a vehicle carrying this type of exhibit, it has, they normally put unusual perfume on the inside the vehicle.
The message from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency is clear. Stop the illegal trading in hard drugs or face the full wrath of the law. Oralu Ashonibare, Channels Television News.
The Department of Petroleum Resources has unsealed 8 petrol stations in Jalingo, the Taraba state capital, shot over a month ago for under-dispensing and diversion of petroleum products, amongst other offences. The DPR controller for Adamawa and Taraba states, Mr. Musa Aken, led a team of officials, Nigeria Civil Defence Service Corps members, and the Directorate of State Service around Jalingo, the Taraba state capital, to ensure that the guidelines and other conditions are met before unsealing the petrol stations.
What we have done so far is to ensure that every petrol station sells its products accurately to the public, and the accuracy should be within the tolerance acceptable and specified by the Department of Petroleum Resources. In addition to that, there is price regime for PMS and of course other products, except AGO that is deregulated. So we also ensure that that station sells its product at the correct price. In addition to that, we look at the environment, look at the safety aspect, the fire extinguisher and the rest of them. But generally, because of the scarcity we had in the recent past, we have to continue monitoring this station to ensure that compliance is done by the petrol station at all times. Most of the stations, out of all the 8 stations we have sealed, were found grossly under-dispensing to the public.
Finally, support has come the way of families of students slain in Yobe State, northeast Nigeria, during the Boko Haram uprising between 2013 and 2014. In Damaturu, the state capital, cash donations were handed to families of 129 students killed across different schools.
Raw emotions come to the surface again for the next of kin and parents of the 129 students killed by Boko Haram terrorists in Government Secondary School, Damaturu, Mahmudo, LGC Buniyadi, and College of Agriculture, Gujba. In cheerful mood, but with gratitude, the next of kin come forward to receive cash gifts from the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ajia Khadija Bukar Ibrahim, on behalf of the First Lady, Mrs. Aisha Buhari.
A donation that was made from the proceeds of a book she launched in Abuja. So all the proceeds that she actually got from the launch of the book, from the fundraising, was directly donated to the next of kin of the deceased that lost their lives during the insurgency.
A grateful Deputy Governor receives food items and other relief materials for internally displaced persons, with a promise that the gifts will get to the right quarters.
I want to assure the Honorable Minister that these items will be judiciously used and to be given to the people that are meant to receive these items. Inshallah, it will reach them.
Some parents of the late students react to the gesture.
The gesture played by the present First Lady, we want to acknowledge and we want to appreciate on behalf of all the parents of the slain students of Federal Government College Buniyadi, College of Agric, Gujba, and Government Secondary School, Damaturu.
We say thank you for considering us, for sympathizing with the situation that happened to us. We say thank you for the sympathy.
No amount of money or gifts may bring their loved ones back, but these gifts can sure serve as a reminder that these ones have not been forgotten.
On that somber note, we'll leave it for this edition of News Across Nigeria. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide McCall.